Good morning, trading world. It is April 4th, April 15th, 2020. Um, about 2 minutes before the open, I don't know what happened. I recorded a video and then it disappeared, so I'm having to do something very quick here. We'll jump into the levels for the NQ. Um, as you can see, support first. We're going to do the jack support, which is not coming up for some reason. We have jack support at 85.92, queen support at 85.55, and king support at 84.58. Areas of pertinence in between, we have 85.81, which is going to be all the way up here. And then you have 84.88. Which is right around this area. And there goes the open. I will be looking for a retest of this 85.81 hopefully shortly. Looking to get short maybe around that area. And quickly with the rest, we have 84.26, which is all the way down here. 84.26, which is down around this area. And then the last level I have is 83.79, which is around here. 83.79, around that area. Resistance, we have, oh, there it goes. 86.17 is the jack resistance. 86.78 is queen resistance. And 87.08 as king resistance. And let's see, I think I just missed an area to short. But skipping through the video pretty quickly here, we're going to go through the ES very quickly. What we have here, we're probably going to get a retest of maybe this 2800, possibly 2811 point here, but to me, I think we really want to go and test out this 2731 at some point later today or tomorrow. That's where we're headed on the ES. A couple of quick comments that I wanted to make in the overall market, because you can see the tide is turning pretty quickly. Yesterday we had a very powerful move up, even more than what I expected yesterday. I was expecting an overall bullish day tomorrow yesterday, but it even went further than what I expected. And what it looks like to me is the beginnings of a blow off top. Everything was there for the makings of a blow off top, including today, the equally downside of it. But the only thing that bothers me is that the volume wasn't quite there. Usually in a blow off top, you have a big run up, huge candles, and momentum and volume should be big as well. The only thing that was missing was the volume, and we pretty much had that pretty much had it go up on us very far, very fast. And as you can see, coming in overnight, we went down further just as fast. So that's where we are. Probably a retest back up here to the 2811. The other thing that strikes me as pretty odd. I had a few positions that I was trying to fill on the SPY yesterday, and I let those positions ride all day, and the bid and ask was all over and around those positions yesterday, but they never got filled. And what that tells me is that we are having a bad problem with liquidity, uh, which means when we have these run ups like we're having, we're doing it basically on fumes. There's no real buying activity going on outside of the little dynamic hedging. But none of us little guys are getting in the orders that we want, or orders are sneaking through every so often. There's no liquidity on the other side of these orders to get in place, which means there is definitely an underlying serious problem in the market right now. Which also further tells me that my bet to the short side of the table is right. Um, the other thing I wanted to kind of go over, the reason we had this little uh, down source of selling, earnings seasons began yesterday. It kicked off with J.P. Morgan Chase and Jamie Dimon. Uh, right now, Jamie Dimon is like the soothsayer for the market. Whatever he says, it's just the calming for everyone in the market for some reason. Um, he could tell you the sky is on fire and you'll probably be okay with it uh, for some reason. I don't know why. But he came out and basically said, we don't know how things are going to look in the future. And everybody was okay with it. JP Morgan took off to the upside with just a light little bit of selling yesterday. And fast forward to this morning, you have Bank of America and Citi coming out with their earnings. Their earnings call did not go over as successful. And here you have, let me bring it up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Bank of America. They just tumbled this morning, and the reason that they're tumbling is because on the earnings call they basically said that their profits took a tumble of 46% um, this past quarter. And again, which I've been saying all along, is how do we know, how do we price fairly a equity if we do not know the earnings? And the SEC has given all of these companies the right to be basically shadowy or not expose or not give earnings or push them back however they feel or whatever they feel they need to do uh, as, as far as not giving a straightforward answer on earnings. So if we're not going to know earnings, how do you price things fairly? You can't. So that's one of my biggest reasons for there's no reason for us to be in an uptick right now. There's no reason for the market to be going up because we're still in a whole lot of I don't know and unreadable future as far as the virus because there's no cure or uh, therapy that's coming on board right now to save everyone, um, which will let us know when the economy can basically open back up. So we're in a state of flux right now, but no one seems to be paying that any attention. So uh, that's my opinion on it. Uh, you have Bank of America trying to make a bid back up, but it's going to be short lived. Citi is probably doing the same. Exactly. Citi's doing the same, which means to me, one of the most important things about this is the XLF, which is the sector for financials in the S&P 500. The really important reason that we are going to go through this tumble is with rates this low and people not knowing how to price earnings or be fundamentally correct on anything. It puts a big problem in the financials. And what it puts us at as far as the overall market is a tug of war between financials and big tech. The market cap between financials and big tech are huge. But if there's a tug of war between financials and big tech on which will take the entire S&P 500 with it, I'm going to bet on the financials dragging the S&P 500 wherever it goes. So with that, you can see what the financials are doing right now. So that further pads my bet to the downside. And that is pretty much everything as far as the look and peek at the markets this morning. Basically missing positions in the short, trying to get in here. But that's it. Make sure your risks are defined because this is probably we're somewhere near the beginning of the tumble as people realize that they really don't know anything. So be very careful. Make sure your risk defined and good luck and be safe.